start building the MoodEcho web app. As you know, basically there is a competition which is called one-shot competition in Bolt.new Hackathon 2025. So again, my name is Jose, and today we will try to be building a web app for the one-shot competition, which what this competition is asking us is to build a project with one single prompt. So that basically means that the prompt that we will be giving it has to define the whole structure as we want, just with that prompt. And we are not allowed to edit or add or remove any feature after the prompt is basically executed. However, if there is a bug that we need to fix, we can fix it, as long as we are not adding any specific feature or functionality. So what it means is this is not as hard to do, right? If you know what you will build. So if you know what you will build and you follow the tips that I'm always giving on all the last streamings, basically you will be able to already know that it's very important to provide as much context as possible. Always, guys, remember, give as much context as possible to Bolt.new so that it knows what it has to build, because this is like the seed of the project. If you don't tell Bolt all the different features, all the different structures that your project is going to have, you will end up making a lot of modifications. Bolt will maybe not understand you properly. It might get lost in the code. And, you know, sadly, at the end of the day, that means you will spend more tokens and you will spend more time. So to prevent this, we already have the whole prompt basically defined. How we build this? Very simple. I'm using basically a generator of ideas for Bolt.new hackathon that I create. It's a GPT for ChatGPT, and so it gave me the list. I can show you here, guys, basically how it works. So we have this one in here. You see, so Bolt Hackathon 2025 idea generator, right? So here you can put whatever idea you want, and it's gonna basically do it for you. Once you know the idea, you want to make sure to ask it for a very big and detailed prompt. Ideally, you want to use a very good model, possibly the O3 in this case, and it's going to build you this. So what we will be building today is called MoodEcho. This is going to be a wellness web app. It's very simple, of course. We don't want to be dealing with a lot of features because of the purpose of this challenge that we will be doing today. So what it will do, basically in a few words, it's that you as a user, you will just read something, say something, you will speak, we will record this, we will send this to 11 Labs, which we will be also, you know, this is a separate price because 11 Labs is part of different prices. 11 Labs will do a transcript, then we will use some sort of, this is a good point, we should use some sentiment analysis, which, by the way, here it's a very valid point. We don't have it defined. We have it defined with a keyword list, which is super stupid. So we should use OpenAI to analyze this, and then it will tell you if you are angry, if you are sad, how are you feeling, you know, so that you will remember about it. So let's start this let's start by correcting this. So run a sentiment analysis. Let's see. Oh, well, you know what? We can possibly ask ChatGPT to improve it, right? So we can just go here, we can go to this one, and we can tell it for the sentiment analysis, use OpenAI 04, you know, keep it simple, redo the prompt. So let's see what it's gonna do. You know, this is super important, right? Okay. So let's take a look. You see, so we have here, you know, How the flow is going to work is super important as well, because we already know how this is working. This is the X functions. We will be using the Leon Labs. We will be using now OpenAI, and this needs to happen on the server side. So that's why we need to have an edge function. The edge function is basically a serverless function which is being executed in Supabase. Now we will display you giant mood emoji. We have here the idle, record load, error. Cool. So you see, this is important because this is one shot only to build everything. So even if it's gonna build it with errors, it's okay as long as you told Bolt from the beginning what we want to do, right? So then we have edge function post transcribe analyze da 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 transcript mood. Okay, so the question is, are we gonna just provide a face, or shall we tell OpenAI to give a little bit more feedback? Shall we return more feedback from OpenAI about user sentiment to provide more value? Of course, UI, it should be cool. So let's see. So you see, basically here the key is just to play with this as much as possible. Keep it tight, keep it well defined. You have to double check each time that you're rebuilding the prompt that you are not losing anything, right? So yeah, nice. So we have an advice. You are received advice. Show the radial progress, ring intensity, display, blah blah blah. Then design highlights, center column, radial. All right, all right, cool. So design the highlights. We got this. I think we have it ready, guys. I'm not sure about the logo. Yes, inline. You see, this is another trick that I'm doing here. As you saw in my past videos, usually we are actually letting Bolt design our logo. So I'm gonna try to tell it to do it from the beginning, because even if it doesn't manage to do it nice, we can fix it later, right? So let's see. Okay, cool. So now what we will do, we will go back to Bolt. We will paste this. We check we paste the right content. Yes, we have OpenAI. Let's run this. This is gonna take some time, by the way. So meanwhile, I will be preparing the API keys for this. Quite important. Very, very important, guys, to have all these API keys on hand. So let me check if. All right. So I already have ChatGPT. I have this in a separate window, So you're gonna see it. You see what I'm doing. This is just for me to protect, the work of the API keys that we have here. So this ensure this is working fine with no error whatsoever. We will create a new API key for this, which is gonna be called MoodEcho. It's very good, guys. When you're creating new API keys for whatever third-party service that you plan to use inside of your application, always ensure you create a new one per project, because if something happens, like someone is stealing your API key, at least you know which one it is, and you can block it. And by blocking it, you will not break any other application which is going to be consuming the same API key, right? So that's why we want to avoid doing all these and keep the APIs split as much as possible. So let's see. This is building the source app.tsx. Let's see how well this is going to create it. Super curious if it fails, we can, start a new shot and run it again from zero. We will see. We will see, guys. So meanwhile, we will continue here. I'm gonna now share with different people basically the stream, share with them what's happening, what we're doing at the moment. So checking here. All right, so well, we have here certain errors. because yeah, this is not good. It didn't create any edge function. Why is that? Oh, this is more like a Bolt issue. You know, let's start a new shot and let's see. But I'm not sure if, you know, I did use one prompt, so it should create everything. It didn't create it. Not cool. I mean, the interface looks beautiful, by the way, you know. So what we can do is we start again a new chat. We paste this. Would ensure we have the Supabase functions created, and you know, sometimes if you use this, it works, it makes it better, but let's see if it's gonna do something good. Sometimes it's also remove plenty of content, so that's not good. Well, you know what? I like the deliveries we have in here. Single TSX file containing all components, SVGs. You can put here filter display components to your case. And let's run this again. Let's see if it's gonna work. Like many times, Bolt actually creates everything, basic structure from the beginning. In this case, it seems like if it's not doing it. If not, we can simplify a bit more our idea, just to make sure that we will be able to finish this with one prompt, basically. Cool. Supabase. That's a good sign. Radial progress. Toast. Oh yeah, it's getting started. Cool. So let me share this with them. Let's see. Okay, so let's share this link in here. Okay. Cool. So you see now this time is building everything as we wanted. For some reason, I don't know what happened before that it didn't manage to build everything as we wanted, but well, seems like now it's working a bit better. Let's give it some time. Let's see. Okay, so I think it's gonna end up almost now. It's gonna finish it. Cool. So we have the Supabase function. Cool. This is the one using the level labs. Good interface. Blah blah blah. Nice. We got everything we need here. And then this same function is also calling OpenAI, which is cool. We have the course as well. Guys, I think this is a solid build. Now we need to connect Supabase, of course, and we also need to store this in our GitHub. So let's give it a time to install everything. You see, this is now trying to run. Well, meanwhile, let's add Supabase to this. Create a new project. We will put here ecomood your random password so that no one knows what we are doing here. Let's put this USA, just to keep. I think this project is going to be checked anyway or judged in USA, so the closer it is to them, the better, because they will have less spin, no, on this. Okay, so now this is connecting to Supabase, creating everything. Oh man, Slovakia have such a good beer, So let's give it some time in let the setup. So now the good thing is that we are not really adding any new feature. Even if there is a bug, we just have to make sure we fix it and that the whole project is going to run as we want it to run, which there may be some bugs or why it's not fully loading, but let's give it some time. We will meanwhile connect this to a new repo, which is going to be where you can move. Save this. Start building. Cool. So now we have it, right? So now we can just, I will say let's refresh this just to double check if it could be, there is any other issue. Now you see that this is gonna, well, be pulling this from the Git. And we have the project. We have a custom logo for this. We have this specific button. Hello, hello, hello. Clicking here, analyzing your mood. Yes, and this is gonna happen because, of course, we don't have the API keys defined. So if we go basically to Supabase, we will now choose the project that we just created, which is going to be the ecomood. And now here, we have the edge functions, right? So we have this one. This function, it's using two different kind of environmental keys. So if we go here to the code, we go basically to the end file, and it's not here. Cool. So, well, interesting enough, this is not telling you the functions that we have, but not the functions, the keys, we can just get it from here. So we can use the Lemon Labs and OpenAI key. Now you need to have your own keys, right? I have mine already copied. Hopefully I copy them correctly and they're gonna fail. If they fail, we will know anyways. All right, so this is OpenAI. This is 11 labs. We click here save. Now we have this successful message. And now we need to redeploy the function, right? So to redeploy, sometimes it's just enough. Just if you just, save something here, add a space, remove the space, save it. This will auto deploy the changes. And we will see. Cool. So let's see. I am feeling very happy. Doesn't sound like that. Okay, we will check. And now we can start fixing things, So now we go here. Now we go to functions. Now we go here. We go to logs. And we want to check what happened. So this was the first error. Now we got a different one, which is this one. So we will just paste it here, and we will as well, just paste here that the fail this console error, and now this will have enough context to fix it. Again, we aren't adding any new feature to this, we're just fixing what it has. So let's Bolt fix this for us, guys. Let's keep this doing the magic. Oh, okay. I'm feeling very happy today. Cool, we're getting another error. Received true for non-boolean. Okay, this is a different one. Okay. Error window. Transcription failed. All right, well, we got a problem as well in here. No logs. Okay, just fix it, bro. Just fix it for us. And we will see. All right. Well, this is a very simple app, right? Like if I will have the opportunity to improve this, you know, I will add a little bit more of details that this obviously removed. I don't know if you remember the first version, they basically have like a nice emoji and so on. This one doesn't have it. But yeah, you know, it will be against the rules as far as I understood. Even if we try to prompt everything with one prompt that defines what we wanted, if Bolt didn't do it the way we wanted, I think possibly we can try to force it to do what we want. So let's see what this is gonna do. Okay, so by adding a minimum record duration to prevent a very short or empty audio. Ah, I see. So the message was too short. Is it? I don't think so. But let's allow Ball to do its magic, you know. As you see here, it's doing something. Good boy. Cool. We got it. So now this is going to refresh. We can try again. I'm feeling quite happy today. Very happy. This is very bad. This is not true. Well, you know, this will be against... Will it be against the rules? This is what I don't know, you know. No, I mean, let's just remove this validation. Ah, it should be fine actually. But I don't think this is error. So let's not risk it here. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, my friend, today? Transcribe failed. So now if we go to Supabase, we refresh this. Now we get the error, but it says 11 laps. So yes, so there is a mismatch with this, right? So somehow it's we're sending the file. You see the file is, well, you can see it because I'm not sharing the screen, but we are sending as a firm data the file in as a binary, right? So that's correct. But we need to fix this so that possibly the Supabase function needs to extract correctly this specific value. Hello, my friend. I'm feeling very happy today. Well, it fell as well. Took a bit longer to fail. Maybe it fell because of another issue. Seems to be the same issue though. So let's see. Refresh. Same error. Same error. then we can tell it payload is one data file binary. Why we have this will let's see. Okay, so we still need to fix this. We can meanwhile check this function. Yeah. So we are getting this new from data. We get the audio. But is it correct? Oh no, that is correct. Yes. File processing. Text to speech to text. And then we're passing the transcript body data, which is an informed audio model. Okay, so let's see if this is going to work. Still failing. Could be a different error now. Seems to be the same error. Something went wrong. Okay, let's see. We go to logs again. Cool. So we have again the same error. We just paste it here. Status invalid parameters. Must provide either the file or a cloud. This is strange. We have the file here. Correct. Now, if we go here, this to text 11 labs. We go to the API reference. Yeah, still getting the same error. So we can share it. This is how the 11 labs place works. Let's give it some help. But I think this is incorrect. So yeah. Oh yeah, makes sense, because here if we check on the function before, we were passing it instead of file. You see this this property here. This is file, and the property that Bolt is suggesting to use, it's basically called audio. So that's why it's always complaining about the same thing. Sometimes you have to just be careful and provide this context of the right API documentation to Bolt, so it knows it. Cool. Now at least this part should be working. Not sure about the GPT. With the GPT, well, we will see what's going to happen. Sometimes basically GPT will provide a different structure output, and something might break. We will see. This is me. I am today doing some streaming here. All right, it's taking some amount of time, and we're getting the same. Oh, well, this is not the same. So we're getting now a different error, which is a very positive error, and the error we're getting right now basically is that we should be using a valid model, you see? So if we go now to Supabase, and we have here the text-to-speech that we are calling, where we have it, let's see where it is. Okay, we have the 11 labs. Cool. So body transformation. This is the model that we're using. This doesn't exist. We have to use the scribe v1. So now we save the change. Now we refresh this. Hopefully this is already deployed with the newest version. Let's see, let's click here. Hello, I would like to check how happy I am today. Let's see, okay, still fading. API key should be used in missing permission. The API key you use is missing. Oh boy. Yes, this is 100% my fault, you know? So I forgot to provide this derived permission. So I need to go here in 11 labs, find the permissions, retry. I want to see how happy I am today. So now this should work, guys. It's gonna give us hopefully something. Ooh la la, guys, it's looking beautiful. Look at this. It's expressing joy. Pro tip, share your happiness with others and express possibility. This is amazing. We can share this and that's it. You know, this is basically stored on the local storage. Now we can create again another one. We can say, I don't know, today my girlfriend break up with me. So yeah, let's see. Wow, I like the emoji here, looking super sexy. Experiencing painful breakup. Allow yourself to grieve and lean supportive friends. Lean on supportive friends. Okay, safe moment. We have the transcript as well, information in here. Cool. You know, only thing, again, out of the out of this competition that I'm not going to do it, right, because we will break the rules, but yes, we would like to see what's happening, you know, what we did in the past, where we store it. I know that this is stored on the local storage, and I, to be honest, mentioned this on the prompt that we should store it somewhere, but maybe didn't mention it that we should have a UI to see the data we have stored. So for the sake of this, we will just keep it like this, guys, because we don't want to break any rule, right? So anyway, so how this is working again, just to give you a small, you know, summary of this. So we have this MoodEcho application. This is basically when you speak, it's gonna extract your words. It's gonna pass it to ChatGPT to analyze the sentiment, provide some feedback, and that way the whole goal of the app is basically to understand how you're feeling today, and based on that provide you some tips to you, right? So yes, I think we could even make this better with a better prompt, more informative prompt, you know, but it's getting late here, you know. I could do this from zero, no issue whatsoever, but I think let's close this up right now. I think it is okay to finish it as it is. What I don't like is that it doesn't have any information, so that the user knows what this is, you know. It's too simple, which is great, but you don't know what it does until you play with it, right? So oh man, yes. Well, let's submit this application. We can submit it again with a better version. As you see, guys, we're using 11 Labs. We're using ChatGPT for this. Sorry, OpenAI. Super easy to do, super, you know, quick to play with this. So, I mean, guys, we did an amazing job, I have to say, and you know, everything in one prompt. So I think this is part of it. Possibly we shouldn't overcomplicate this, you know, because I think if we try to explain too much, it's gonna get more crazy. So, guys, this is everything for today's session. Thank you so much for sharing some time here with me, and hopefully you learned something from this little coding session. See you later, guys, and have a beautiful evening, morning, whatever you are.